Hello and welcome to the Idiocracy. I'm some dude on the internet, and today we're back with another update video for Minecraft, or my first attempt on beating Minecraft. And I am proud, excited, and happy to say the keep is finally done. 100% done. This will be the last video about me talking about building this beast of a building behind me. After many trips of this should be enough material. After an hour, shit. It's just 2 hours of resource collecting, and then back to building. I think my memory serves correct, it's been about a month. Yeah, because I think this will be the 4th episode of me being like, and here's the castle. But it's done. This will be it. After this, we'll get to something a little bit more, well, what I'm imagining is going to be a little bit more entertaining for people, as it will be me dying constantly. But before that, obviously we have to do a quick run through of the final building. Not everything, obviously, because I've done it so many episodes, but I am at the very least going to show off what has been added as the final details. Now, obviously, we're going to start way out here and work our way back. So, obviously, first of all, we have this lovely. It's basically supposed to be like an airship / skyship dock. It would be probably the primary way that one would actually arrive at the castle, as there is no pathway up the mountain. So this would be the primary entrance point. And then obviously here we have what will eventually be a Trident / Elytra launch point. Obviously I don't have those yet, but that's what this will be for, and it is built where our hovel once stood. Moving back, I used some of this deep slate, the brick you pick up, to kind of give this kind of loose gravel path effect that I think turned out pretty well. Obviously as well we have the cutaway through the hill here for access to the farm. And then we have this lovely little arched bridge over the pasture, which I have replanted all of the lovely cherry blossom trees in. And this nice simple bridge that comes up this stairway to this. I have this kind of like a brazier, I guess is what it would be, which I think kind of I don't know. It looks right sitting there, kind of like before the gate. I don't know. I'm pleased with it. And then I also, as you can see, ported in from the Dwarven Keep build. I built those 2 kind of guardian dwarf statues. Obviously, I think for those that I have them just out of stone brick with normal brick for the beard. I've used the deep slate and normal brick for the beard, and then tried to add a little bit more detail with the kind of smaller brick, just to kind of add just a little bit of separation and variation to it. Now, I'm sure some of you have noticed the gate be closed. I cannot enter into the castle. Oh, do not fear, for there are various secret entrances that I've hidden around the mountain to enter the castle from various locations. And the first one is actually down here in the pasture. And technically it is the primary entrance into the pasture, so as you can see, we drop down here. Obviously we have the beehive, and I did a small amount of... Hello? Nope, it sounds like a zombie is now living in there. Cool. Well, either way, a small amount of detail, just adding a quick roof and hiding the redstone. But as you can see, yes, the pasture. Many animals enjoying it. Hey, we even got a chicken back. But there's a hidden entrance over here. If we enter in into this, it's supposed to be like a little gardener's shack, I guess, kind of built into the wall here. Next to the use those smooth stone to act as a foundation for the bridge, and try to add a little bit of detail to it. I think it turned out nice. It's a nice gentle arch. But coming back into the garden shed here, you can see there's a hidden button that when I press it, opens a hidden door in the back. And this allows us to enter into the underground. And anyone with a keen eye will notice we are in the original hovel, which sits beneath the launching platform, and there is a button there. So while this isn't a secret entrance, it is I guess you could say it's an emergency exit from the keep, if need be. But anyway, moving down, so this is what made this take so long. This is why I'm uploading a little bit late. This is why it took a while to get the keep finished. This is why I wasn't finished last episode. As I stated, I wanted to get it built up down here, and I would say I've succeeded. So this is what our cave now looks like. I'm sure as anyone will remember, basically where I'm standing right now was where my bed was, and a bunch of chests and all of my crafting tables and furnaces and everything was just kind of gathered in this spot. But everything has a place, everything has a home. So obviously we've done some detailing over here at the mob grinder, which is working away diligently. And then I've even kind of left, maybe one day I'll put this back together down here, but for now, it is just kind of a secondary space. But as you can see, I've basically put it, it's acting as if it's in the middle of this writhing lava pool that cascades down further, and I like it looks, all the magma looks like it's bubbling and boiling and shifting about. Moving this way, we find ourselves by all my auto farms. This one not really auto, just a cobblestone generator I added. The chicken jar has been moved up to the miscellaneous room up in the keep. I'll show that in a minute. But also, as we make our way back this way, we will find one of the other hidden entrances here at the back of the keep. Originally this was all, if you remember, there was a kind of cobble with just a door here. But I've used this smooth stone to hide the wall away, and then hidden here in the corner is the entrance button. Should probably adjust the timing on that just a little bit, but for the most part, or not for the most part, but that is the back door entrance, one could say. The cows kind of give it away, but eh. yes, that is the our second hidden entrance, the quote-unquote back door to the keep. Making our way up here. So this is kind of a central smithing area. It's more aesthetic than anything else, but obviously it's got a infinite water source, crafting table, furnace, anvil, upgrading bench, and then a simple little furnace. I think it turned out pretty good. And obviously we have another water bubble elevator to get us up and out. Something that I'm very happy with, obviously, so we have this kind of nice massive lava pool helping light up the chamber and lighting up the area, but I'd like to point out that obviously when we were first down here in the cave, torches were scattered everywhere to try and light up the cave, but now they are for the most part hidden away. So either using lava light or some hidden torches. You can't really... adds a good amount of ambiance to the cave, I believe. And obviously, I remember a while back, for if anyone will remember, I said that I had a plan for our iron farm, and I think it turned out great using those the stalagmites and stalactites, so it kind of like lets you see into what's kind of going on in there, but not really. Very happy with how that turned out. Obviously being like right next to the lava as well. Moving back this way, this is my storage area. I have just another kind of this uber crafting table. I like how it looks. Obviously we have one there, and then we got one here, but this is the storage area, so I've got all my chests labeled. So obviously arrows, iron, things, yes, gunpowder. But I've got it all on the bamboo scaffolding, so it kind of like also lets you get up to chests if you need to. And also, I think the bamboo, me personally, it gives me very much like warehouse racking kind of vibes for storing things, and I like how it looks. Obviously, garbage, and then obviously much more room to expand if I need, but I don't think I will. Also in this area, I'm sure you can see here at the back, we have the vault door. Allows hiding all of our valuable goods. But, sneaky, this is fake. It's just copper blocks on a wall. Our actual vault is hidden off to the side here. Using the dorite, because I do think it makes a good looking marble floor, and then the blocks that I've been using as like foundation blocks, the smooth stone here, just kind of give it like a heavy duty vibe, and then had some leftover redstone lamps from adding them to the castle, which you'll see here in a minute. But yep, just got a chest with the items that I consider valuable or difficult to get will be stored in this little secret vault here in the corner. That is the storage. Moving down, well, not down quite yet, but over there you can see, moving down that way, the entrance into the mine, which I'm very happy down here with how this kind of like, it's got like tiers, layers to it, right? You know, I've got the bridges crossing here and there, the various platforms. Very happy with how it turned out. took a while to gather everything necessary for it, but very happy. Making our way down. Our poor arrow villager. I don't know how a zombie spawned down here, but he is no longer with us, and he's got a friend. He doesn't like me very much, but our good buddy, our good melon trading friend here is doing quite well. So I have far more emeralds than I will ever need, and something I'm happy with how it turned out. So from afar you can see the the fire effect there, and just walking in here, nothing too much changed in here, just kind of everything extends up to the ceiling, and we don't question how this lovely machine makes iron. No, all we know is it makes fire, sound of we'll presume a hammer hitting an anvil, and we get iron. That is all I know, and that is all we need to know. Over here, this is our tunnel to the village, and it also technically, I guess you could count this as one of the secret entrances, as I did hide it with a piston door at the village end. So technically one of the entrances slash exits from the building, but making our way this way. Nothing too much has changed in the actual mine itself, although getting down to it is just simply this, obviously another water bubble elevator, and I decided to leave the, this was the ring where the water was pouring down into, and I kind of set up this ring to contain it, along with giving myself a big target to jump down into. I've decided to keep it here. It's not really doing anything, it's not in the way. And obviously that's our entrance into the mine, but this just simple little bridge setup, which again, I think, oh, in its simplicity, it looks very dwarven to me, and I'm very happy with it. But, making our way up, we will now make our way up into the actual keep itself in order to show off what has the final last few details that have taken place in there. But this is what took so long, was getting all of this together. But making our way up now, super fun. So we got two ways we can go. Obviously up that way is into the wizard tower, but over here is our last secret entrance here. This was this kind of like open cave up here at the top. This one is definitely, rather than being, I would call like that the back door, this is definitely a secret entrance, as it is simply designed to help act as an intermediate level. And then obviously we can look down into the cave below. But making our way up, so we are in the library slash wizard tower, which obviously has now officially been moved into. We have the enchanting table here, along with stored enchanted books. This will be expanding as I actually get enchantments and levels, but then also I have storage for making books, and then lapis for enchanting. But I do hope to get the majority of this room eventually filled with these books, and obviously enchantments to place upon things. Making our way over. We are now in... I think I'm going to call it the junk room. It is very much a room that has a lot going on in it. Lots of junk. So in the center is just a massive crafting station. So we've got all of the various devices. Here we have a potion brewing station. Not many supplies. I need to look up and see what I need for brewing certain potions. But I've also come across a few potions, so they will be stored here. Also, we have a garbage can and a water source for it. The chicken jar here has been moved next to what essentially will be the kitchen. All of this being, of course, central to the crafting table, if need be. So we just have a smoker and good food, and then I do believe, yes, we have random foods in there, along with, obviously, in this room itself, I've got a little bit of storage. And then also, I'm sure you've noticed the redstone lamps that are off. Well, that's because, if anyone remembers the very beginning, I did mention that I wanted to have redstone features in the actual keep. This is one of them. Obviously, we have the gate, but this is being one of the other ones. So there's a daylight/moonlight sensor, I guess, on the roof. So during the day, all these nice large windows provide the light into the chamber to prevent mobs from spawning, but the second it turns night, all of the lamps turn on. And I'm very, very pleased. So far nothing has spawned, so I would call it a great success. Obviously also moved up into here has been the list. So obviously, you know, we've got all the things I need to kill, the items I need, but something we can finally do, finish base, has officially been checked off. And then, yes. And then lastly, also over here, not yet complete as I only have one, but this will eventually be just a map. This entire wall, I might even... Well, I think with the lights there now, I can't quite do it. But this whole wall, I want to turn into a map of not only the area, but also of, like, the dungeons and stuff. But here, obviously, we can now look at our lovely base from a bird's eye view. Let's see, what else? What else? Yes, okay, up top. The master bedroom has gotten a small makeover. So I now have a functioning closets, armor stand, a simple crafting station, just in case he's along with the master bed. I'm actually quite pleased with how it turned out. But also, if we make our way to the very top here, this will let us get a bird's eye view of the dome. I also had to add these these redstone lamps here as monsters, or not monsters, but mobs were spawning on the the roof, which made it so I couldn't sleep. So I had to add the a daylight sensor with those lights, so when night comes, the lights pop on, and obviously during the day, it shuts them off. And I can also just really quickly show the here's the night sensor on the roof for the lights in the junk room. Making our way all the way down. We come into the trophy room, which has its first few trophies, along with not hooked up to a daylight sensor, but hooked up to this lever here. These lights, which, I don't know, that slight delay makes me feel like I'm at a giant warehouse. You know, you flick on the lights. They'll never really get turned off. But maybe, who knows, at the end of the series I'll symbolically, you know, shut them off and walk out the front door. Mission successful, world saved, yada yada yada. But for now they're there, and obviously the redstone runs along the top. But then we also have the first few trophies I'm claiming. So we have the very first treasure map that I found at the... This might be the one I found at the beginning? At the beginning or near the beginning. We found this treasure map, we went and claimed the treasure, our very first diamond. That one has a little bit more of a story, but then we also have the first Gapple, forever immortalized. But this one, like, why is a grass block here? Well, this grass block was placed by an Enderman, and without Silk Touch, I managed to pick it up. So this be a glitched block, and he is mine forever. And eventually, obviously, much more grand trophies will eventually make their way in here, and I will similarly place them upon these obsidian pillars to forever stand. And I believe the last / second to last thing is we make our way out into the courtyard. So obviously we have this lovely cherry blossom tree / fountain combination here in the center. We can see the backside of the gate there. And then, as stated before, here in the corner, we have for eventuality a stable for a horse, built out of the many attempts to get this fucking tree to be that big. All the failed cherry blossom trees. I heard another zombie. He is outside. He is not my problem. That or he's in my wall, which is also not my problem. But we have that. Going to quickly make my way up here into the battlements. Make our way close to lower the gate so that I may exit, because that is pretty much it, along with last detail. Obviously you can see up there on top of the watchtower is a lovely little flag, slightly tattered, but it is there. Yes, that will be it for this update. The castle, the final grand tour, the final aesthetic details done. It is done. No more castle update videos from this point. Only me dying repeatedly as I attempt to kill certain bosses. But we're not quite there yet, because something that was started like 5 episodes ago, we're going to finish, and that is we are going to, in the next episode, I'm going to steal the elytra from the end, so that way we can traverse the overworld with ease. So, be looking forward to that, and I will see you, yes, you, in the next one. Goodbye.